When we think of historical atrocities like the Holocaust and the Rwandan genocide, a chilling question arises. How could ordinary people turn against their neighbors, friends, and even family members? How did entire communities justify or ignore mass murder? In 1967, high school history teacher Ron Jones set out to answer this question in a way that his students at Cubberley High School in Palo Alto, California, would never forget. Frustrated by their inability to grasp how Germans could have blindly followed the Nazis, Jones decided to give them a first-hand experience of authoritarian rule. What started as a simple lesson quickly spiraled into something much more disturbing. Day 1. Strength through discipline. On Monday, Jones wrote the words, "strength through discipline," on the chalkboard. He lectured on the power of self-control, willpower, and obedience, arguing that physical discipline led to mental superiority. He introduced a strict new posture: feet flat, hands behind the back, spine straight. He drilled the students on sitting and standing at attention, rewarding those who complied quickly and reprimanding those who hesitated. He also imposed new rules. Students had to be seated before the bell, carry notebooks at all times, and begin all questions with "Mr. Jones." Short, precise answers were required. The class, which had previously been disengaged, suddenly became intensely focused. Participation skyrocketed. Day 2. Strength through community. On Tuesday, Jones returned to find his students already sitting in perfect silence. He added a second principle to the board: strength through community. The class chanted it in unison, feeling a newfound sense of unity. To reinforce this camaraderie, Jones introduced a special salute, a right-handed curl toward the shoulder. Soon, students were using it outside of class, greeting each other with the third wave salute in the hallways. What had started as an academic exercise was becoming an identity. Day 3. Strength through action. By Wednesday, the experiment had taken on a life of its own. Jones issued membership cards to those who wanted to continue. A few were secretly marked with red X's. Those students were assigned to report anyone who failed to follow the rules. He encouraged action, assigning students to create banners, recruit new members, and memorize the names and addresses of all third-wave members. By the end of the day, over 200 students had joined. Some took it upon themselves to police others, ensuring strict obedience. One student even declared himself Jones's personal bodyguard, following him everywhere. Jones realized he had lost control. Day 4. The movement spreads. By Thursday, the third wave had become the most important thing in many students' lives. Some had formed an unofficial security force, even attacking a school newspaper reporter. Jones knew he had to end the experiment before it escalated further. That day, he made a dramatic announcement. The third wave was real. It was part of a nationwide movement, and on Friday at noon, a leader would publicly announce its existence. Students were ordered to gather for a televised rally. Day 5. The truth revealed at 11:50 a.m. on Friday. A packed auditorium of students stood at attention, eagerly awaiting their leader's televised speech. Jones led them in chants of "Discipline provides strength, community builds strength, action builds strength," before switching on the TV. The screen remained blank. After a long silence, Jones turned to the students and revealed the truth. There was no national movement. They had willingly embraced authoritarianism, just as ordinary German citizens had done under Nazi rule. The students were stunned. Some broke down in tears. The experiment was over. The lesson of the third wave. Ron Jones' experiment remains one of history's most powerful demonstrations of how easily people can be drawn into dangerous ideologies. In just 5 days, his students had transformed from skeptical teenagers into a loyal, disciplined group willing to police, report, and even attack others in the name of their cause. The third wave serves as a sobering reminder of the dangers of blind obedience, the seductive power of group identity, and the necessity of critical thinking, empathy, and individuality, because history is never as distant as we think.